Hello, and welcome back once again to Belmont Bunch. The Islanders win their 9th in a row, and it was a wacky one. And it was one that rant incoming shouldn't have been played. So the Islanders, via Twitter, well, actually, that was until during the game, we found out via Twitter, via Staple and other Islanders beat writers, that we would have no Pajot today. And not only that he wouldn't play, but he wasn't on the roster at the moment. So obviously the first thing you think of is COVID, but he wasn't on the COVID protocol yet. So then your mind thinks, oh, I hope it's not like a family emergency or something. And then Noah Dobson, late scratch, it causes a delay to the start of the game. Literally, it was so late that Aho was like not ready to get on the bench. He skated in warm-ups. They had to pull him back and say, hey, you're playing now. So, player safety. I'd like the players to not have to worry about COVID in this way, because maybe this game shouldn't have been played. But we'll talk about the game that maybe shouldn't have been played now. Right off the get-go, Islanders put a lot of pressure, creating chances through all four lines, and it would be the first line again, and Kiefer Bellows, his third. This one a little bit more fortuitous, as Sebastian Aho, the late lineup addition, shoots one at the net, just looking for a bounce, gets one off of Bellows somewhere in the arm area, and it goes in, and it's 1-0 Islanders, and it feels like, all right, they're playing really well. They've adapted well last minute to a bunch of changes in the lineup. Let's see how it goes. And it became kind of a battle. And that's, it's difficult. Really tough circumstances with late, additions to the lineup and late, having people come out of the lineup. Kuokkanen scores again to tie this game. Kuokkanen now, I think that's 4 games in a row with a goal for him. So, again, I said this last video, but the Devils, they may be losing, and they may have lost their 10th straight at home. But they're playing the kids, and the kids are doing all right. So, Kuokkanen, this one, on the power play, not a big fan of Sorokin's rebound control on this. Andy Green with a bad penalty. Andy Green has not been fantastic. I have been asking my brother if he thinks Hickey should be in the lineup instead of Green. We'll see. I guess they like Green's veteranosity. But Hickey kind of has that too. So 1-1 at that point. Devils, bit of a, actually not even really a push. They get that goal. They're getting outshot 14-4. The Islanders get a second as a buzzer beater. Brock Nelson. The Isles smartly were just kind of throwing pucks towards the net, knowing that the clock was running down. Nelson hesitates for a sec, realizes how little time there is, just throws it towards the net. A little bit of traffic in front, and they get it past Blackwood. Oh, no, not Blackwood. Wedgwood, the other type of wood. So it's 2-1 Islanders after 1. And look at the shots. I always say they don't tell the story, but they were good. The Isles played a really good first period. Now the second period, a little bit more even. The Devils would get a tying goal. The Islanders had chances in the second. But Sharangovich, he gets one. It's another one where, I don't know, not as much on Sorokin. This is more on Aho with a bad giveaway at his own blue line, and it creates zone time for the Devils. This is just puck management stuff. You'd rather get it up the boards. He plays it back towards the center of the ice, and I think you'd much rather take an icing down the boards if, that's much better than giving up sustained zone time in your own zone. Sharangovich finishes it off kind of in the middle of the slot. So it's a high danger area, but Sorokin maybe a little bit slow. But again, he's not the primary one at fault here. Aho a little, and I'll give Aho a little bit of leeway. He hasn't played in the NHL in 3 years. Game prep, the only thing he had for that was practice. I assume Barry Trotz's practices are pretty good for that, but nothing is ever going to fully replace NHL game experience. So probably shaking off some rust there, and also he's more of an offensive defenseman anyway. So third period, Islanders a little bit better in puck management, and they create chances. Sorokin played a lot cleaner a game. There was one that got by him, and it looked like the Isles had gone down 3-2, but there was an interference that washed it out. That's one that, if that had counted, I mean, obviously, still, you got to look at that as a warning sign where Sorokin, I don't know. Sometimes he doesn't seem to track the puck very well comparatively to Varlamov, but obviously that's a little bit of an unfair comparison. Guy that's been in the league, guy that's just learning it. So, again, it's kind of a learning experience for Sorokin. Isles kind of play for the point at the end, make sure they get it. Good stuff. Better at the end. But overtime has been not good to us this year, and the Isles created some chances. Zarnik, who got the late roster spot, the late addition in place of Pajot. I'm sorry. I'm rushing this because I'm trying to finish work. Zarnik, great pass. Cizikas gets stopped. Blackwood played really well in this game. Wedgwood. So 2-2, still in overtime, of course, because it's in overtime. And another chance, Bailey. Bailey, man, just shoot. Just shoot the puck. He gets the puck in the middle of the ice, tries to make a move, gets it slipped by him. Brock Nelson takes a penalty. Oh, and I completely forgot. This game was over for a second, and it was 3-2 Devils win in OT. PK Subban, a blast. Not much Sorokin could do at all. But Jack Hughes held the puck a little bit too long entering the zone in OT, and it created an offside, and credit to the refs or whoever upstairs decided they should look at it because it wasn't even a challenge. And they found that it was just barely offside, and the Isles get a new lease on life. Then the Bailey thing happened, then the power play. And heroic stuff on the penalty kill. Pellich shot blocks. Mayfield stick in the lane on one pass intended for Gusev. Mayfield's been a bit of a whipping boy for some recently, and that small play doesn't make up for everything, but that's a good play. And Cizikas and Sorokin. They say your best penalty killer sometimes has to be your goalie. The rebound control improved latter half of the third into OT, so good stuff there. I was pretty nervous going into the shootout because I was kind of thinking, I don't know if we deserve this game. It's our goalie's first time in a shootout in the NHL. Let's see how this goes. And, Devils score on the first shot, and I'm kind of thinking, yeah. And then the next two Islanders miss, but Sorokin gets a save to keep us in the game. And then, again, Bo has struggled 5-on-5, or actually just from the run of play, and to steal a soccer term. But in the shootout, saves the team's bacon again. Top corner, off the post and in, keeps the game alive, and a save from Sorokin on Jack Hughes, just taking away anything low, outweighting Jack Hughes. So, chance to win it for Wahlstrom, first career penalty shot, first career shootout attempt, I should say. And he gets it done. And I was saying, just shoot, like, don't deke. We know his shot is his weapon, and he does it, and he just rips it. And the Islanders win. And I don't know how. Great resiliency to win this game. It's a hungry Devils team because they hadn't won in 10, or hadn't won in 9 coming in, now 10 at home. And good puck management at the end to make sure the overtime would happen and securing the point. Great from Sorokin in the OT period and in the shootout. And, you take it and you run because, they could have played better, but considering the circumstances, they played okay. That's kind of all I got. So, we'll see you next time on Belmont Bunch, which might be tomorrow. I'm trying to do a non-recap video. I've been trying to squeeze these in, but there's not a lot of free times for me. But you'll see it if I do it. That's it on Belmont Bunch. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.